Hey, what's up, New Braunfels? This is Loree Schrank. I have a topic today, and the topic is transparency, or the lack thereof. I was sent some information about a week ago to do with a topic that was brought to the board back in 2021. And it was item 4E that was on the agenda for April 26, 2021. And I will put a link to that whole meeting segment for that particular topic, not the whole meeting. The item agenda that reads, discuss and consider approval of a resolution recommended by the New Braunfels Economic Development Corporation, EDC, approving a project expenditure of up to $400,000 for Frantic Holdings, LLC, for a project that will promote or develop new or expanded businesses by delivering high-speed broadband infrastructure and services to commercial customers in downtown and other areas of New Braunfels. This company, the representative was Al Kaufman. Haven't been able to verify if he is the owner of the company, or if he's an investor in the company, or if it's a franchise. All I do know is the company's business address is his home address here in New Braunfels. Mr. Al Kaufman was a former employee of NBU. He retired after 23 years of service at NBU. Not once during this meeting was any of this mentioned. This is how the dates follow. He retired February 2020. In the video, they mentioned that they were in talks with him in May 2020. This item was on the agenda April 26, 2021. The company start date was August 24th, 2020. So from August 24th, 2020, when the company started, to when it was brought forward to the agenda, was approximately 8 months he was in business. This is not a contract that was put out for bid. This is an incentive that they're giving this company to do this stuff, or whatever they have agreed with him on. The issue is no other companies were given an opportunity to sit in this meeting to also receive these incentives. In this video, you'll see that a representative from Charter Communication, which is basically Spectrum, came forward and said they were not part of the talks, that they were only part of the talks back in 2018, and it wasn't a talk about incentive. Also on a phone call during that meeting was a representative from AT&T, who also said that they were not in on this meeting, that they didn't know about it. So pay attention to what they have to say, but also make sure you pay attention to the correlations of dates that I've given you. Also, during this meeting, Mayor and Councilmember Meadows thanked EDC's 4B board and mixed with the chamber, thanking the chamber. Later on, they go on to go, oh yeah, we forgot to thank NBU. Well, just a little history. Before the pandemic hit, there was a study done by a group, and it had to do with NBU getting into internet services. The study came back not favorable to do so, but right after that, the pandemic hit. So I'm not sure what's going on and why the information wasn't divulged that this gentleman and this company had ties to NBU, but I just find it really weird that we're doing business with a company and offering a $400,000 incentive to this company that wasn't even in business for 1 year, and that the person that is involved with this is a former NBU employee, and not just an employee, but a very high ranking employee. So please watch, make up your own mind. But again, what's up, New Braunfels?
People that deserve a lot of appreciation for staying the course.
Yeah, I've left out NBU. NBU was critical on this from the very beginning because they came to the table with the city and 4B and the chamber.
Kevin Robles, 1368 Cedar Elm. I live probably, I don't know, maybe half a mile from the city limits line. I got broadband spectrum. I mean, I got internet and it works fine. And I would like to see at least data of showing where in those that we do not have it and that where the price is going to vary, because $99 a month after City of New Braunfels pays $400,000 that could or could not, cover this cost. I'm getting emails and people are worried. People are worried about what's going to happen with this. So this is more or less on them. They're saying, who's this entity that they've already awarded this? Where's the experience level on these people that are going to come in here and rip up our town? Are we going to take that into consideration on the people that are working on our town of what their experience is? Because I haven't heard anything on experience on the people that are going to be putting this into place. And that's all of us that are going to be dealing with it. So these are all questions that I understand what they're trying to do here with a business. And I gladly accept people wanting to make better of New Braunfels. But we've rushed into decisions in the past in all kinds of scenarios, and I could give you hundreds of them. But let's not do it here, and let's break it down and be transparent to the public and let them decide for themselves. Because what I'm getting emails on it already, that's something that we need to worry about. And I think all of y'all need to worry about it just as well, and not just sell it to the people, but be transparent and let us know exactly what they're doing, exactly how they're going to run it, and where the money's going, who's the owner of this, who's the entity, and what's the experience level that they have on this. And just explain it to us. That's all we're asking. Most of the people are just like me. We just want to know what's going on. $400,000 is a lot of money just to, say, oh, well, we could get it back if something goes bad. I want to make sure that the people of New Braunfels know what's going on. That's all I'm here to say. Thank you.
Well, with all due respect, I'll say on that particular comment, before we go and make a video and spread a whole bunch of rumors that aren't even true, I would encourage you, sir, to get with Mr. Jewell or any member of the 4B board and get the questions that you have answered. Because we have a situation in our community where we like to go on Facebook and we like to share information that's not true when we're being transparent up here. We've been doing this for 8 years. 8 years. No, it's been going on for 8 years. The conversation's been going on for 8 years, and you want to come up here and make us look like we're hiding something behind the door?
That's not what I said.
You want us to be transparent. We've been talking.
Just be transparent.
We've been transparent.
It's his opportunity to talk and not yours at this time.
We've been transparent, and I'm sick and tired of people saying that we're not. Every single thing that we do is put online for our entire city to see.
Thomas Aguilan, 1900 Blue Crest Lane, San Antonio, Texas. Mayor, Council, thank you for allowing me to speak today. I am the Director of Government Affairs for Charter Communications, and I was part of the 2018 discussions. We brought maps to the table to show everybody where our infrastructure was, and it was proprietary, but us and AT&T sat in the same room. This was when I think the city was looking at creating their own infrastructure to become their provider, which is not recommended anywhere. But we continued to build infrastructure, not only in the city, and we know New Braunfels is growing. The growth is out west. We're there with you. If you go look at the neighborhoods where they're providing services. We continue to provide services in downtown. We have plenty of customers in downtown New Braunfels to date. So our issue is that we were just learned of this $400,000 incentive. And so we do public-private partnerships all across the state, all across the country. But when we're not in the room to talk about how that public partnership might work, I mean, we understand that there's companies or businesses that may need a break. During the pandemic on the residential side, we offered our Spectrum Internet Assist program for low-income students for 90 days free. So, we do these things for the community to help the community continue to grow and to stay connected. And if you read articles about how network performed over the pandemic, you'll realize that it performed very well. And so the talk about reliability, I understand someone's coming in and getting an incentive. There are a lot of customers. We have a commitment, if you're a commercial customer of ours, to be back up and running within 4 hours. And so, the reliability part is great. It's great to hear, but until you actually get into those situations where, different businesses are going down at the same time, it's taskful. And we have hundreds of employees here in New Braunfels, and we continue to work to continue to grow our infrastructure and be part of the community. So I don't understand when you talk about not having infrastructure in downtown in some areas, because for the most part, if you called our offices and asked for services, we would be able to get to you. And so all we would like, Mayor, for you to do today is postpone it a few months. I mean, we've been here for several years now, and give us and AT&T a chance to get into the room. I mean, we know the dollar amount. We can probably hook up some of these customers almost immediately because we have services right outside their door. There's no building. There's no necessarily go pole attachments, but for the most part, we are serving all of downtown New Braunfels. And so I ask that you think about tabling this issue. I know they've talked about having Spectrum and AT&T in the room. The first time I've heard of that, most meetings will go through our enterprise and they'll invite government affairs to participate if the city's involved. But we have not been invited or involved in a meeting to talk about this since 2018. So we're here to answer any questions. I am here to answer any questions. I know AT&T has the same concerns, but we would just like a little bit of more time to sit in the room with them to possibly become that private entity that partners with the city as well.
Thank you.
Patty Larson. Patty, you can now unmute yourself. And again, please state your name and address first.
My name is Patty Larson, 7415 Quail Run Drive in San Antonio. I'm in External and Legislative Affairs for AT&T. And thank you for the opportunity to speak with you tonight. As Mr. Aguilan said, AT&T and Charter are present in New Braunfels. We continue building infrastructure. We have customers. Our major issue with regard to tonight is that we just learned about this. And we really are just respectfully requesting a postponement to have an opportunity to meet with you and discuss further, because things have changed since 2018. As Mr. Aguilan said, we all continue building in New Braunfels. It's one of the primary markets. So we're just respectfully requesting that you table this until we have a time to get together and discuss our options, your requests, and how we can work on some solutions together with the providers that will cost you a lot less money in the long run.